Oh. No. No. Get away! No! No! Oh. Oh, it was just a dream.
We gon' party like it's your birthday. We gon' sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And you know we don't give.
Hello and welcome to Visual Recreation, the essential video guide to wing FML each and every week. And I'm going to be late for anthropology class. But then again, I'm pretty sure someone's named all the different types of spiders, so I guess I'll skip this week. As you can see, this episode is taking place in a dorm room because of Happy Death Day coming out on Friday the 13th. But before we get into all of that, let's do a small recap of what happened last weekend. If I could say a phrase that described my picks from last weekend, I just want to say that I'm not mad. I'm disappointed with Blade Runner 2049. It came well below a lot of people's forecasts, coming in only at $33 million. The Mountain Between Us did pretty well in its debut, getting $10.6 million, and mix that with Flatliners getting bonus. Your Perfect Cinema last weekend was 6 The Mountain Between Us and 2 Flatliners, which, oh man, that sounds so familiar. Gosh, wonder where that's from. 6 Mountain Between Us and 2 Flatliners. Blumhouse Production has been knocking it out of the park with movies like Split and Get Out, and is hoping to hit another home run this weekend with Happy Death Day coming out Friday the 13th. This movie stars Jessica Roth, and she's a college student who relives the day she was murdered, which is ironically her birthday, and she has to find out who her killer is to break the cycle. It's kind of like Groundhog's Day, but with more murder. Wait. Okay, I retract my last statement. And speaking of statements, I want to say something about this Halloween season. Last time I checked, we're in October, aren't we? Yeah, that's what I thought. And I just have to say, the horror department this year is pretty dismal. I just want to touch on it. Netflix and Hulu did not bulk up on their horror section. That's on you. How dare you? But the movie theaters have been terrible also. I mean, I'm going to name off a list of the movies that came or will come out this October. You had Blade Runner 2049, My Little Pony, Geostorm, and Suburbicon. Like, what? Now I know you might be saying to your computer screen right now, yo, Andrew, the Snowman comes out this October, and it looks really creepy. And to that I say to you, good viewer, that there is a very thin line between psychological thriller and horror, but they are two very different things. And I know, Jigsaw is happening the last Friday of this October, but come on, it doesn't even feel like the same franchise. But even so, it's like an old-time quarterback who said they would retire after this last season, but they still keep coming back. Yo, coach, come on, man. I can throw for 300 yards per game and still throw for 2 touchdowns? No. Hang up your cleats, go retire on your farm and wear your Wrangler jeans, and let the newcomers come in. Gosh, man. And after a 7-year hiatus, what do you think you are, Spider-Man? You know what I think is the root of all this? I feel especially jaded because Friday the 13th is happening within October, and I feel like everybody just dropped the ball on this one. Like, this is pinpoint the creepiest thing that could happen, and everybody just dropped it. You know what? They said, be happy with Happy Death Day and Medea's Boo 2. Cheers, everybody. Okay, finally, after that tangent happened, let's get to the top 5 this weekend. Coming in at number 5 is going to be The Mountain Between Us, coming in at $5.2 million. And coming in at number 4 this weekend is going to be Pennywise with It, coming in at $6 million. And coming in at number 3 is going to be a newcomer, The Foreigner, coming in at $7.3 million. And number 2 is going to be Happy Death Day, coming in at $17 million. And finally coming in at number 1, it didn't do well in its debut, but I think from word of mouth and the reviews, it'll still hold steady throughout the weeks, and that's Blade Runner 2049, coming in at $19.5 million. And for this week's Food for Thought, Blade Runner has a great shot at getting bonus this weekend with how it's priced in FML and how we forecasted it. If it only drops 30 to 40%, then it has a great shot at getting bonus, which then you can do one of 3 options. You can do, for the first option, you can do 2 Blade Runners and 6 My Little Ponies, My Little Ponies. Or for the second possible pick, you can do 3 Blade Runners, 3 Kingsman the Golden Circle, and 2 Flatliners. Or finally, you can do 4 Blade Runners, 1 Battle of the Sexes, and 3 American Assassins. Happy Death Day. To us, it's steeply priced at $350 compared to our estimates of it, but there's also factors you have to think about. It's one of the only horror movies coming out this season, and it's the only horror movie coming out on Friday the 13th, and it's a Blumhouse Productions, meaning it can range from getting 17 million to even 30 million. And if that's the case, and you really want to pick it, you can do 1 Happy Death Day, 6 It, and 1 Victoria and Abdul. But that's our picks. What about you? Have your own food for thought? Leave it in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, sometimes you gotta risk it for that murderous biscuit. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go to the quad and watch the intramural Quidditch match happening tonight. Yeah, basically it's just handball with people running around with brooms in between their legs. It was a really good match the other weekend. It was... Oh, I need a girlfriend.